Hi everyone, it's Reagan and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. This reading vlog is very exciting. At least it's very exciting to me because I'm going to be reading a book that I would say is like one of BookTube's most beloved books. I've been on BookTube a long time and I have heard about this book and people just loving this book basically since I've joined BookTube. So I thought, you know, it's finally time to check out one of BookTube's favorite reads. But before we dive into the book itself, first a word from this video sponsor. Hi friends, we're showing off some shoulder because today's video sponsor is Girlfriend Collective, who I worked with last month, and I'm so thrilled to be partnering with them again because I truly love their products so much and have been shopping on their site for years. But I think we would all agree that when you feel confident and you feel comfortable in what you're wearing, there's truly nothing you cannot do, from yoga to hiking to swimming to going on a run to running errands or sitting around and reading a fantastic book. Girlfriend Collective has clothes that will make you feel your best no matter what you're doing. If you're not familiar, Girlfriend Collective is an online, sustainable, and size-inclusive activewear brand. They make so many different types of activewear, from cute leggings to tops to sports bras to swimsuits, and their sizing is also incredibly inclusive, ranging from extra small to 6XL, making sure that whomever you are, you can find something cute and comfortable on their site. I personally am a huge fan of their leggings and own many pairs, specifically focusing a bit more on my favorite item, which is their leggings. They're squat proof and they will not go see-through, and they also come in different materials, providing different levels of support from compression to comfort. They also use recycled materials to make all of their clothing, and all of their items are shipped in 100% recyclable items as well. And they also have an incredible program called Re-Girlfriend, where you can send in your old girlfriend clothes many years down the line and they will turn them back into new product, which allows their items to be upcycled and sent back out into the world, which we love to see. For viewers of my channel, I of course have a very special offer for you guys. If you go to girlfriend.com/peruse, you're able to save $25 off your order of $100 or more, which I think is a fantastic deal. Again, I could not be more excited for partnering with Girlfriend Collective. I have been such a huge fan of their brand for so many years, and with spring coming up, all of their limited edition drops and just current evergreen colors are just so cute. The sun's coming out. I can't wait to get back outside with a lot of SPF, of course. Thanks again for Girlfriend for partnering with me for this video, but let's go ahead and dive back into the vlog. So, the book I'm going to be reading throughout the entirety of this vlog is, drumroll please, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I hear this is beautiful and romantic, and I've read other books by Erin Morgenstern in the past, so it just feels like a good book to pick up in the month of February. This is basically about a magical night circus, a circus that appears and disappears within all of one night, and we follow two individuals who are both like proteges to take over this night circus, and they're both magicians and they're supposed to be rivals and hate each other, but I think they fall in love, which creates a lot of complexity. I've heard so many good things about this. I love a book heavy with metaphor. I already know I love Erin Morgenstern's writing, so I'm hoping that this could be like a new all-time favorite, but nonetheless I'm excited to see what all the hype is about, because this is for sure one of the most popular books out there. Just for your information, it is Monday early afternoon. I am in the midst of my workday, so I'm not gonna be able to read for a little while yet, but I did want to start this vlog, say hello, and welcome you on this sunny February day. Clay picked us up some sandwiches for lunch today from Thundercloud, and Matilda, you cannot eat it this time. So, thank you in advance. Just enjoying my desk. It's been a minute since I've worked at my desk. I got in a bad habit of working from the couch again, and I hate doing that. But anyway, I have my second cup of coffee for the day, and I did take a break and did the Wordle. Today's Wordle was hard, but we did it in 4 guesses. I'm also very addicted to Wordle. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to my desk. Ignore how badly I need to clean my computer screen. Anyway, bye. Hi friends, so I finished all of my desk work for the day. So I'm posting up with some pretzel crisps, everything deli style. These things are so delicious. And I'm gonna sit down and start The Night Circus. I'm gonna read for just a bit because it's actually Valentine's Day. And so naturally my friend Emily and I have plans to get our nails done. So we're gonna do that when she gets off work. And so we're gonna go together and have a little Valentine's moment, and I'm really looking forward to it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna eat my pretzel crisps and I'm gonna start The Night Circus, which I believe is over 500 pages, so I gotta stay focused and be able to finish this over the next few days. But I'm really looking forward to it because I feel like I'm gonna love it. So I'm gonna start it now. Hi friends, I am about to leave for my nail appointment with my friend, but I have read 50 pages of The Night Circus, and holy macaroni, do I already love this book. Here's the thing, going into this, I had a strong feeling I would love this book. Books that are lyrical, full of metaphor and imagery, and also books that kind of have this touch of magic just tend to be my favorite. And this is that. I also love windy narrative tales. I love things that it's just like this slow unfurling of this story. And 50 pages in, I've already been swept away immediately by the writing. I love the writing. Like, serve it to me on a silver platter. It is delicious to read. And just the story itself is very enchanting. And I just love Erin Morgenstern's mind. Like, I knew the synopsis going into this, but so far it's opening and we're kind of shuffling through many years at once. And basically at the beginning of the story, an agreement is made between two magicians who have known each other for a long time, and they've decided to have some sort of competition that appears to be revolving around two children that they have kind of in their care. The first is Celia, who is one of the magician's daughter, and we meet her in the opening pages of this book, and the other is a young boy whom we don't know the name of. Throughout the first 50 pages, I've really just kind of slowly watched them grow up and go through their training. It's, again, the writing is stunning, but this book does have this darker quality to it, this sort of turn of the century vibe, very cold, very austere, and obviously the situations that both of these children are growing up in are very, very lonely. So the touches of magic, while enchanting, there just has this darker element of sinisterness behind it. We don't know the details of this competition. We also don't know when it's going to occur, but it clearly involves both of these people. And I'm just curious to see how it's going to unfold. I read that so quickly. Like, it's been a minute since I picked up a book and I read the first page and I'm like hooked. There's this beginning chapter, it's called Anticipation, which accurate because I'm anticipating the rest of this book now. I also really like structurally how it's written. The chapters are at least shorter so far. I'm really drawn in right away, which I'm excited to read more tonight, but I do have to go and hang out with my friend, and then I'll be back and hanging out with Clay tonight. And oh, and by the way, here's my outfit. I'm a fan. I have this cropped little cardigan. It's in this like green color from Madewell. Actually, everything I'm wearing is from Madewell. I like it. I am back home. I forgot to vlog any aspect of me getting my nails done. I, for a second, was gonna show you my cute new nail polish, but then I realized I'm not putting my feet for free on the internet. So, anywho, I'm now making dinner, which is pasta. I have a defrosted bolognese, which I made a while ago, but that's the beauty of freezing half of your pasta sauce, because future you gets to enjoy it much more speedily than the first time around. So I'm gonna heat this up, enjoy. Clay and I are gonna watch Our Beloved Summer. Clay also picked me up some Reese's. These are my favorite Reese's, so I'm gonna try it out on those. And that's honestly the rest of the plan for this evening. Spaghetti and K-dramas. The best way to spend an evening. Hi friends, I have been watching Our Beloved Summer with Clay. It's so good. I definitely teared up in the last episode. We just wrapped, what am I, a movie director? We just finished episode 6. It's just, the pacing, everything is incredible so far, but I am now gonna read more Night Circus. Started this today. I read the first little bit so quickly. I'm happy that I'm just like so drawn in by the narrative right away. Listen, I always pick up books wanting to love them, and the same could be said for hyped books, but I do feel like hyped books, just by nature of all the hype, it's like harder to live up to those expectations. So we're gonna see. I still have a lot of this book left, but I'm looking forward to reading it, so I'm gonna read more right now. Good morning, everyone. Matilda is here enjoying the sunshine. I have a cup of coffee, and I am going to read more of The Night Circus, which I'm really liking. I'll do a bit of a reading check-in after I read more. I'm really liking it so far, but I want to get a little bit further in. It reads so fast, and I also just love how it's kind of shifting around in time, but I'm rambling, I'm gonna read. Hi friends, good morning. I am dressed kind of like, I don't know, an old man, but also kind of like how I feel like a lot of my favorite British fashion people dress, but just I'm not pulling it off as well as them, and I'm also wearing slippers. But I thought I would throw on a blazer today. I'm not quite sure what possessed me, but here we are. Hey everyone, so let's talk The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. So I have read 150 pages of this book and I am just delighted. I'm completely swept away in this tale, and I can also confidently say I kind of have no idea like where it's going. I know it's going on in a general sense, but there's also a lot of disparate storylines happening either sometimes a few years apart or relatively far in the future, like 10 years in the future. And obviously there's a lot of connected tissue. Again, we're basically following Marco and Celia, who are trained prodigies of different enchanters, and their masters have agreed to do some sort of competition, but the type of competition, the stage of this competition, when this competition is going to take place has not been set, or they have not been told. So they kind of are going about their life. They both get involved in this circus that is being developed. Celia's father was a very famous enchanter who kind of had his own circus in a way, but this circus is supposed to be like none other, appears in the night, blah, blah, blah. And Marco's kind of the assistant to one of the creators, and Celia is in the circus itself. And those are the chapters that are kind of existing, perhaps you could say, in the present. And then we have some additional chapters 10 years in the future, following a young boy named Bailey who lives in America, and he is visiting the circus. He's enchanted by the circus as well. I don't really know like where the narrative is going, but I'm so hooked, and I'm also so drawn in by this mystery. The unclearness is definitely a choice, and I think it really works, especially with the fact that part of the appeal of the circus itself is that the audience does not really understand how or why, does not really understand how they're being dazzled, but they are dazzled nonetheless. And that is how I feel, at least, about this story and this writing. It's just so enchanting and beautifully written. It also feels very romantic. The time period is cool. The vibe and the atmosphere is cool. Like, you have all these rich people in saloons in France and London talking about the arts, let's say, but also there's magic and there's sort of this unpredictability of it as well. And I don't know, it's just so delightful so far. I'm really reading it very quickly. Like, when I pick this book up, I do not want to put it down, and I just love how it's being told. It's very windy and dreamlike. Like, you're shifting years, you're shifting perspectives, you're just kind of plopped in like these different scenes, and you're just excited to try to figure it all out and see how it's all connected. But so far it is a beautiful journey, and I'm very much looking forward to reading more, but I do have to get some work done, as they say. So I'm gonna do that now, but I did want to give you a check-in because I have read 150 pages, and I do plan to obviously read more later today and tonight. But so far, so good. Dinner this week is some soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. Claire's over there like a DJ making a smoothie. Midday coffee to fuel a bit of editing. And then I of course have the Reese's peanut butter cups that Clay got me. Ignore the disaster that is whatever the heck is going on my counter right now. I'll deal with it later. But I also have Girl Scout cookies, obviously. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this and edit. Hi friends, I just finished up work. It's like just slightly after 6. It's a beautiful evening outside. It's like 72 degrees out right now. It's obviously gonna get cooler as the sun sets, but I'm in the process of trying to convince Clay to abandon all of his responsibilities and go sit on a patio with me and eat tacos and drink a margarita. TBD if I've been successful, but cross your fingers for me. In the meantime though, I'm gonna read more of The Night Circus. I've read 150 pages, as I said. I'm gonna read more right now because it has just completely captured my attention. Like, I'm just like fully into this book, and it is also fully my vibe. You know, like, this book really might not be for everyone, but it is definitely for me. You know, you ever read books like that? You're like, this feels like it's constructed for me to read. But anyway, I am going to read now. Hopefully in the next clip you'll see us, or me, or Clay and I rather, on our way to obtain some tacos. So wish me luck. All right, we're out and about. We're on the go a little later than we initially planned. So the sun is down, but the weather is still 68 degrees.
When the sun goes down.
Anyway, so it's gonna still be very nice. So we're in the hunt for a patio. Step one to a successful evening. Queso. Dinner is served. Clay eating the beans. Looks delicious. Back from dinner, immediately put PJs on. We watched one episode of Our Beloved Summer, but now, block this light, I am gonna sit down and do some reading. I'm just fully enmeshed in all of the romantic content between this book though. I feel like the romance is gonna turn up a bit, but like it is romantic, but this has more of like, not quite obsession, but not quite not obsession element to it. But then Our Beloved Summer is everything to me so far. But anyway, I'm going to read now and I will see you guys in the morning. Hi friends, good morning. I'm up and dressed and I will be showing an OOTD because I'm truly obsessed with this sweater. But I wanted to check in and talk about the Night Circus because I've just passed just about over the 50% mark. I'm on page 280. This book is, I think, almost exactly 500 pages. And I am just delighted. Just the magic of it all, the atmosphere, and just even how the story is told. Like it all just works so well with the vibe of the story. Like we are just being like swept away. And it just works. I'm not being very coherent right now, but it just works so well. Obviously, I do feel like the author, Erin Morgenstern, is giving us breadcrumbs. We're slowly beginning to piece things together and kind of following these two disparate primary timelines, which again is kind of set one at the turn of the century and then about 15 years or so prior. You're not really fully understanding why this future timeline is being revealed to you, or we follow a young boy named Bailey and some younger members of the circus itself, but you get a sense that it is important to this overall situation that is playing out, which again is this competition, which continues to be vague. We don't know the rules. We don't really know what our two main characters have to do in regards to this competition, but it's like ever present and it just seems like everything is working in accordance to this thing. And in fact, the circus itself is like a constructed stage for all the events to play out, perhaps. But even so, even if that's the case, learning and being present within this night circus has been a delight. Not only from all the other individuals within the circus, you kind of get to know them and their particular skill sets, but also just like the vibe, different enchantments that are built, the different tents that kind of sweep different people off their feet. It's just so fun to be a part of the circus and also learn things as they're revealed to us. It's a delight. Outside of kind of following Celia and Marco and then these future Bailey chapters, we also get a smattering of other character points of views, as particularly the characters involved in the circus. And while I keep mentioning how magical this book is, there is this feeling of like ominousness to it as well. Like on the one turn, it's a wonder and you're captivated, but on the other turn, it's kind of like, why? And like dark things do kind of begin to happen, and the connection to these mysterious figures who set up this competition at the beginning of this book continue to sort of be hinted at. But again, it's all very murky, and it's like the behind the scenes of this sort of sweeping, beautiful, grand stage is like you almost don't want to pay attention to the ugly parts because you're so mesmerized by the pretty parts, but you know they're there. And it's great. It's so great. And it also is very romantic. There's a few different romances sort of playing out. I'm very invested more in the young love romantic storyline, as it just feels really sweet, and I'm scared and I'm not sure how it's going to play out. There's of course the reference to the main romantic plot line. Again, really just showcases how these two figures are kind of drawn to one another, but I still can't get a full vibe check of it all, but it is like referenced in the synopsis, so I'm curious to see how it's going to play out. And then there's other individuals kind of gonna be left on the sidelines of whatever romance occurs, if that makes sense, and it makes me hurt for them quite a bit. But yeah, I just love this book. I love how it plays with fate. I love how it plays with magic. And I love how we almost feel like we're a part of the audience that would be within the circus too. Like the author is kind of playing with us, like revealing enough, but obviously keeping some things hidden still to not reveal too much of their tricks. And I just am really mesmerized by the vibe, and I hope this is turned into something like a show or a movie, because it's so visual, and just the time period, the costumes, the setting, it's just everything. And I can see why this book is so popular. I'm a real big fan, and I have no idea how it's going to end. No concept. And I think like playing around with these different timelines and these different years, really good writing idea too, because we're just pulled all over the place. And through those, we also see how far reaching the circus is, not only to people who go there, people who are involved and maybe helped construct some things, and then obviously the circus members themselves, to the investors. It's all interesting, you know what I mean? But anyway, I do plan to read more today. My goal is to get to page 400 today before wrapping this vlog up tomorrow and finishing the book tomorrow. But that means I have to stay focused. I need to do work. I also like really need to clean. Like my closet's a little out of control. Anyway, I'm rambling, but just wanted to say good morning. I read. I'm really liking The Night Circus a lot. It is so far delivering everything that people say this book would deliver, which is always refreshing. Just finished filming a video that should already be up on my channel, but now it's lunchtime. Also, peep my cute new sweater. I really shouldn't have bought this, but I couldn't help myself. I saw it and I said, you're coming home with me. Material girl. I'm just quoting TikToks, I need to stop. But anyway, ramen for lunchtime. Matilda before the 90 days. Oh, Millie. And ramen. I bought like a bulk order of Shin Ramen, and it's just been life-changing. I'm gonna move my frying pan. Some midday afternoon coffee. Fresh pot. You love to see it. And I'm actually gonna do a bit of a reading break. I'm gonna sit on my reading chair, spilling coffee everywhere, and enjoy.
Oh.
I'm reading. Friends, I'm about to hunker down, change into my lounge clothes for the evening, and actually kind of start a bit of a self-care evening. I don't know, I've just deemed it as such, but I've read to page 330 of The Night Circus, so making excellent progress on this book. I fly through this. I know I keep saying that, but just the way it's told, the quality of the writing, it propels me through the book. And it also just has this feeling of like tragedy. I don't know, I could be wrong, but you just get this vibe from the very beginning that whatever you're about to see play out is destined to be heartbreaking. Like there's no other solution but the destruction of like whatever is being created. Essentially. But as I have gone more and more, I have begun to see hints of understanding about kind of how and why the circus works, which has a lot to do with magic, which I just think is so cool. And again, Celia and Marco have begun this dance around each other, which again, they're in this competition of some kind that has no clear rules or no clear end. And the individuals who raised both Celia and Marco separately are not very helpful in this situation, are also very abusive in their own ways. Celia's father being outright so versus Marco's father being more abusive in the ways of neglect. And you kind of see the repercussions of their childhood also bubble up in their adulthood and the reality, and also how they handle different situations. But like within all of that, there's also these moments of just pure dazzlement, and the characters, there's so many characters you love too. I particularly love Bailey's chapters following not only him but also the twins that are present within the circus. I just find their youth to be a really refreshing element to the story. Without them, it definitely feels fateful for demise and sadness and destruction in some sort of way, but like it's also stunning at the same time. But yes, I am really making my way through this. I want to pass the 400-page mark tonight. I am going to take a bit of a break and watch some trash reality TV because I'm craving it. I want to catch up on 90 Day Fiance because I am behind. Oh, rather before the 90 days. Just riveting TV, primo. And I think I have a new Real Housewives of New Jersey as well, so all the great stuff to watch. Clay has to work late tonight, so I'm just doing all my favorite things, like reading The Night Circus and watching reality TV. But nonetheless, I'm gonna change into PJs now, and we're gonna go hang out with Matilda on the couch. I've put together one of my favorite snacks, which I'm having pre-dinner. I have this incredible homemade jam, which is not focusing, but it is strawberry fig jam made by my future sister-in-law, grandma, and I put it with some cheese and crackers. It's so good. Primo. Incredible. I'm gonna eat it now. The bolognese is carrying me through yet another night. You gotta love leftovers, but I'm gonna actually put on a K-drama now, I've decided. I watched like the half of Extraordinary You in 2 days, but now I haven't watched it since because I'm chaotic like that, but I love it. So I'm gonna watch a couple episodes now. Grab some delicious vegan ice cream, Nanamu cookies and cream, and I'm gonna sit in bed with Millie, and there's Clay, and I'm gonna play Pokemon and try not to be a disruption towards Clay, but nonetheless, this is a vibe. It's time, friends. Get back to reading. I have grand plans. Wish me luck. Matilda is already a tired girl, but not me. That's a lie, I am. I'm looking great. Good morning. Basically doing the same thing as I was doing the last time I checked in, but I woke up and I immediately started reading The Night Circus because I want to finish this book today, and I can confirm I only have 50 pages left of this book. And I will say the last little bit has been rather intense as this competition has begun, not even to like heat up necessarily, but the reality and the stakes of the competition begin to become clear to us and the competitors themselves. And this sort of slow burn competition is beginning, it feels like, to come to an end. The interesting thing about that is when you hear the phrase magical competition, you feel, I don't know, you think of like a duel, like a magical duel, but this is much more like a slow, methodical, I do something, you do something, but it's not like you're fighting against someone. It's more like I make something, then you make something, and then we just see who does the best. At least that's kind of my interpretation. And yeah, the end of this book so far is really picking up speed and just kind of seeing the interconnectedness of the circus, not only for our two main characters, Celia and Marco, but also how it connects all the other individuals of the circus and even people outside. It's just very fascinating. I do feel like I've personally picked a side, which I don't know if you're supposed to say that, but I have. And yeah, the other cool thing too is that in the beginning of the book, we had these sort of disparate timelines that were rather far apart. But now, like, as you slowly make your way through the book, that distance becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, which I think is a really cool writing device. So as we approach the end, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a singular timeline. Like, we are all currently in the present with as much information from the past timeline chapters to like the more future chapters. Like, now they're just all existing in the same space, which I think is a really cool part too. But just the vibe of this book, just the overall ambiance, the romance, just everything about it has really gripped me. So I've read it really fast as well. I want to say about exactly 50 pages left, maybe a little more than 50 pages, but I'm going to finish it this afternoon. But I'm gonna go take a shower right now and jumpstart my day. I haven't even had a cup of coffee yet. I just started reading this, which says something. So good morning. I need to start doing stuff. I read instead. Alas, here we are. But I wanted to give you guys a check-in. We are back with more sandwiches and Matilda. Hi guys, it's Reagan and welcome to the end of the vlog a few days later. I just wanted to pop in and wrap up everything, all my thoughts and feelings in regards to the Night Circus, as I was able to complete this entire book during the course of this vlog. And wow, I have to say I really liked this from the writing and just the overall style and atmosphere. I found it to be a really delightful read. It also read very quickly. I think just structurally how the chapters were kind of shorter and how we were jumping forward and back in time. It was just overall a really engaging tale. I'm not sure if I liked it more than the Starless Sea, but it's definitely on par with those feelings and it was definitely worth the read. I also want to describe this as like incredibly romantic. It has like elements of romance, but I'm not really sure how I would describe it. I just think the concept and the ambiance is there. I wouldn't say there was a lot of characterization or even a lot of like character building, but because the world was just so magical and the experience of it was so overwhelming, I still really liked the vibe. So I wouldn't say I was like ultra connected to any of the character point of views, but I really liked it and I would highly recommend this book and I'm really happy I read it. So I'd say BookTube hype lived up to expectations for the most part and I really enjoyed it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you soon with another one soon. Goodbye.